this is the sweater that inspired me to start knitting. The best kind of mail arrived. Let's open this thing up. To preface this is the sweater that got me into knitting. And when she announced that they were doing knit kits, oh my gosh. They went live at 7 a.m. my time, and you bet that I was gonna get one of these. So, this is so cute. So it came with a little tote bag, a little project bag that says Moo Knits, and it's all inside. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is so exciting. Okay, this is what it looks like. Has a little, what's this? This is so cute. It's a little postcard. So it comes with a little label that you can sew in after it's finished. This is all the yarn. So it's 100% Norwegian wool. It is Moo Knit Luna Blue is what this one is called. And this one is Moo Knit Luna White. It is so soft. I love this. Look at this. Let's see. The color is so pretty. And I think this is going to be so comfortable. I think I can wear this with nothing underneath. This is so cute. I love it. I love it. I'm obsessed. I'm currently working on a test knit project right now. So I want to finish that and then we'll get to this. And I cannot wait to take you along. This is the cutest thing. So I've been really bad about updating you on where I'm at. I actually started the sweater already. I've had about 2.5 days into it. I did finish my Bessie scarf, which I'll put on the screen or something. And that was supposed to be on just like a road trip, and that didn't happen. So I finished it on this road trip and then started my Torgunn sweater. So this is where we're at. It is worked from the bottom up, which I've never done before. And so I'm about halfway before I need to split for sleeves, maybe? Split for something? I don't know. I know that I need to do more, but I'm really happy with how the side seams are coming along. I think that's such a cool detail. And I've been trying really hard to not knit so tightly, and I'm not sure I'm being all that successful, because you can kind of tell that there is some like puckering a little bit. It's not that bad, and I'm telling myself it's going to block out because I'm seriously actually trying not to knit so tight, and I have an issue, I guess. But I think it's going to be fine. The yarn is really really soft against my skin, and I'm really happy with it. And it's working up so quickly. And I always used to like kind of laugh and wonder how people memorize patterns, and they say that, oh, I've memorized the chart so I can just knit away. And that was always so mind-blowing to me, and look at me, I've memorized the chart. So it's just like a repeating pattern all over and over and over until you reach a certain measurement. So you don't even really need to keep like that close of track of what you're doing, unless you want to recreate exactly what you just did. So I am kind of keeping notes on that end, but it is really fun to just kind of like whip out whenever I have a free moment. And it's really hard not to at all times because there's other stuff I need to get done, whatever. But this is so much fun, and this is the sweater that inspired me to start knitting, which is so crazy to think that I'm actually making it. I think that's one of the coolest things ever, and I'm really, really happy with it. So I don't have a Swift to wind my own hanks into balls or skeins, so I did it myself. This is what it looks like. It is honestly not that bad. I draped it over the back of a chair and then like spread my fingers out and then started wrapping it around that way so it wasn't so tight. I tried really hard not to make it tight, and I think it still is, but you know, it's motivation to start knitting faster because then it won't be stuck in this, you know. I did that same for the blue ball, and honestly, it's working like a charm. I'm pretty happy with it. I know that there's yarn shops that will wind it for me for free, but I feel really bad bringing it to a shop that I didn't buy the yarn from. So we're just gonna figure it out. I'm super happy with how it's coming along and literally everything about it. This is what the inside is looking like. I think that looks really awesome too. I'm trying to spread the stitches out as I switch each color so it doesn't get all puckered, but we're doing our best here, okay? And I think I'm succeeding, kind of.
Wake up, feel the motion, let it shine across your skin. Step out, dream an ocean, let the brighter days begin. Anytime love is near, hold me close, keep me here. Wake up, hear the laughter, let it echo from within. Step out, love is growing deeper, let the brighter days begin. Every time when you smile.
It is time for an update. I'm just about to split the front and back. I think it's to make the armholes. We're gonna move forward with what I think is what I'm supposed to do, but this is the bottom half of it, and now I'm just gonna split the front and back and then work it back and forth and then join it at the shoulders, I believe. So far it's been really easy of just doing this repeat the entire time, and then now's when I don't really understand what's happening, but it's gonna be fine. It's actually working up really quickly, and I wanted to share, you don't need fancy equipment to roll your hanks into balls. I did it at home using this magazine. It's rolled up and then I stretched it over a chair so it wouldn't get tangled. And let's take this off. I think people kind of get caught up in all the gadgets and everything, and you don't need it. How neat is that? You don't need the fancy stuff. They didn't have that back in the day. So just use what you have. So it's been a minute since I've updated you on my sweater. Let me show you where I'm at. Do not get it in the coffee. That'd be so lame. This is where we're at. It is looking really, really good. That's actually the back. This is the front. We have a whole body. It's like a vest right now. We have the armholes and everything. I kind of have just been plugging away at this thing every day. You split at the sleeves, and then you knit the back piece, the back shoulders, and then front piece, front shoulders, connect them, which I did the 3 needle bind off thing, so it's a nice clean edge, which I'm really, really happy with. And then you just knit up the collar. I did bind off a little bit too tight, so oops, but I can still get over my head, so it's fine. But I'm really, really happy with it, besides the fact that it's a little tighter than I want it to be. I wanted it to be like really oversized so that I could wear like a long sleeve underneath it and that sort of thing, which I'm really hoping that it's going to grow with blocking, which there is a lot of stretch to it still, so I think it's going to be fine. That's what I'm telling myself. I did not gauge swatch, which I should have, because I probably should have sized up in my needles, or I should have knit like a larger size. I don't know. That's on me. But really happy. She's really pretty. And then I'm working on the sleeve, the first sleeve. So this is what she's looking like. This is the cuff. You work bottom up. And I am a little concerned with how large this cuff is, like bulky, and then the checkered pattern is a little bit tighter and cinched in, which I'm also hoping that's gonna grow with blocking. I don't really know. This pattern has been kind of difficult to follow, if I'm being honest. Definitely not beginner friendly, more intermediate, maybe advanced. I don't know, it's just kind of confusing, and I don't like how when it says to add a stitch, it does it in like every so many centimeters. It's not like every 5th row at a increase. It's like every 3 centimeters at an increase, which I don't know. I think just because I don't have much experience doing it that way, it makes it difficult. I like having the like structured do it every so many rows so that I like can remember, and so I'm not having to measure it every single time. But I think it kind of measures out to be like every repeat you increase. So I think that's right. I don't know. Well, it's gonna be fine. But so it has been a little bit tricky in working the front panel too. They don't mention that you should work the like textured section before you bind off for the neck. It just says work like the back until it measures 20 centimeters or something from the split. And you need to remember that you work the back, like you work 17 centimeters of the checkered pattern and then did the textured pattern. So anyway, I didn't do the textured pattern before I bound off for the neck, so then I had to go back, fix that, and then do it again. So I don't know, it's just a little bit more confusing. There's no like hand holding in this pattern, which maybe I am used to because I've done mostly beginner friendly patterns. Besides the flash tattoo, I'd say is more advanced beginner ish. So I think it's just been a little bit more challenging, which is good. And I do like how every pattern that I've been doing has had different construction, so that I'm learning all these different things. Like, that's so cool, and I'm really, really happy about that. But yeah, it's just a little bit more tricky. But we're getting there. Just have the sleeves left, and then I'll block it, and then we'll be done.
I saw you under a tall pine tree, had your head head up in the clouds, reading Agatha Christie with an ice cold drink sitting at your feet. You did not need me then, but I said, darling, how'd you like to get dangerous? I think you and me could take a little time. We could sail the seas and get wilder. We could get a little wilder. Take some clothes, but leave our phones. It's better with someone than it is alone. Let's get wilder. We could get a little wilder than we are. Remember that time when you were home alone? I pretended to be someone that you did not know. You chased me around the yard with a spatula. When you found out it was me, I said, darling, how do you like to live dangerous? I think you and me could take a little time. We could sail the seas and get wilder. We could get a little wilder. Take some clothes, but leave our phones. It's better with someone than it is alone. Let's get wilder. We could get a little wilder than we are. Let's leave our phones and tell nobody. Let's go alone. Who cares if we're already married? The future is scary. So darling, how would you like to stay dangerous? Well, I think you and me could take a little
Final thoughts on my Torgunn sweater. I love this thing. It is so pretty, so cool. Hopefully my earrings aren't being too loud. I think this is so cool. I will eventually make another one, I think. By the time I started sharing this online, I was already like halfway done, if not like 3/4 of the way done. And people had recommended that I should do the color work inside out so that it is not as tense. It did relax a lot. And so I'm very happy with how it blocked out. And maybe the tension wasn't so bad. So I'm pretty happy with it. For the future, I would probably knit shorter sleeves because I have to roll it in order to make it a normal length. And that's on me. It's so hard to tell the right length of sleeve when it's not attached to the sweater because it does like shrink up a little bit. So that was tough. There are definitely some mistakes. This pattern was kind of tough for me to understand what it was kind of asking. There's a lot of remembering passings that were mentioned earlier in the pattern, and it doesn't say like or remind you to do it again. And there's been some like weird wording of things. It said I don't think that there's supposed to be this extra line here. This is where I connected the shoulders, but then there's this line here where it's set in the pattern to knit one row and bind off for the neck. But I think it probably should have said knit in the textured pattern and bind off. So I think it was just a little bit confusing, but overall, very happy with it. The yarn is awesome. Very happy with it. I know that they are restocking these kits, and so you should definitely check it out. I think my favorite part of this pattern are the side seams. There's this really neat little pattern that goes down the side, which I think is such a cool touch, and it goes on the underarms too. So it follows it all the way up, which is so awesome. I think that is such a cool detail. I love it so much. It's very warm, which is why I'm not wearing it right now. I'm excited for people to knit this in other colors too, because once you have the pattern, you can make whatever color combinations you want. But I think it's going to be pretty cool. I think also if I were to do it again, I think I would knit the size extra large. I think I just decided that I knit really tightly and I need to just size up, and I don't really want to do that with the needles. What I need to do is gauge swatch. That's honestly what I need to do, and then figure it out from there. I do have my project up on my Ravelry. I'll put that here. It's Allison Louise 1, I think is the username. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I don't know if I'll be much help, but I'll certainly try. Hopefully you enjoyed watching the process of me making my Norwegian Torgunn sweater by Moo Knits. Like it if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. But I can still get my head on. Still get my head on. Let's try not to fall in the water.